Openly expressive truth, sharing all that we've been through.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Openly Expressive. I'm your host, Naisha. Today's date is December 27th, 2024. How are you, my babies? Me? I'm alright. Still dealing with this breakup. So my 2024 hasn't been that great. I lost another brother, and then his funeral was the day of the other brother that we have lost's birthday. Going through a breakup once again with the same person. So that has seemed to have been the dynamic of that relationship. He just ping pongs with my love, apparently. So, I have to be stronger and have the will to just completely let go of that person because they never had good intentions for me. And that's, word of advice. If you are in a relationship, situationship, friendship, whatever it is, family member dynamic, and you're not being appreciated, your worth is not being valued, you just don't feel like you are recognized and feel important to a person, exit. It's better to walk away from a situation in the early stages of feeling those feelings than to prolong it. The longer you are in a situation where you are not fulfilled, you're only doing damage to yourself. We can't place the blame on other people for how they treat us. We can only place the blame on ourselves for accepting that said treatment. You are responsible for the outcome of your relationships with people because there's always a red flag. We see the signs of fuckery from day one. We ignore it sometimes because we are trying to fill a void. Stop dating the void fillers. They only can fill that void momentarily because you are seeking something from someone that you are supposed to seek and fix within. No one can fix our problems. No one can take away our pain. But ironically, they can add to it. And we often give them the leeway to do it. The freaking blueprints. Like, come on, toxicity. Let's sit at the table together. We often invite many people to our tables that should never even be offered a seat. They shouldn't even be in the same damn building with us, and we just usher them in. Come on, abandonment issues. Come on, neglect. Come on, toxicity. Come on, disrespect. Come on, not giving a fuck about me. Come on in. I'm welcoming you with open arms because that's all I know. I'm used to that type of behavior. So come on, have a seat. Let's feast together on this toxic shit. Well, it does say, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies in the Bible, doesn't it? We sure sit with enemies all the time. And then sometimes you're so vulnerable or so thirsty for love or friendship because you're lonely, you're in agony mentally, and you just accept these type of people with their shortcomings, with their mental illnesses, with their chaos, with their baggage. And you're even willing to take on some of the baggage, no matter how heavy yours is. You don't even have the strength to carry the baggage. Your baggage could be about, 50 pounds to their 1,000-pound baggage. And you're just like, hey, listen, I'm along for the ride here. I'm willing to help you carry that baggage. And then you make a fool out of yourself because it's not even appreciated. We're often taken for granted for our kind gestures, for our care, just for loving someone. And it's one-sided love because some people are just not used to getting it. Yeah, a lot of us had a tainted childhood and we weren't given adequate love and things like that. But wouldn't you think that if you're a good person, your mindset is, hey, this is what I wasn't given as a child. So every relationship that I come in contact with or whoever I attract into my life, let me be loving and respectful because I know what it feels like to not have any of those things in my life. But then we gravitate towards people who haven't had those experiences as you didn't. And since they're not good people, they just be like, listen, I didn't get love. I didn't get adequate attention. So how the hell am I supposed to give it to you? I don't even know what that look like. Shit, I don't even know what it spell like, honey. Sometimes people's definition of love is just the fact that they're in your life or they send you a what you doing text. It's more than that. Love is dedication. Love is your genuine concern. Love is you're not going to hurt me. That's what genuine love is. You love someone, you don't want to ever see them hurt. And you damn sure won't be the person to administer it. If I'm telling you I've been hurt in life and you just take it and run with it and you hurt me equally or more, you don't love me. You can't. Because as I said before, love don't hurt. And I just hate when people keep saying love hurts. It does not. The people who you love are the ones who hurt you. The word in itself, the feeling in itself, it does not hurt. It should not hurt. And the moment that it does, you need to recognize it's not what you think it is. It's not love at all. It's just an attraction. Now it's up to you to determine what that attraction is, because I'm quite sure it's a toxic one. If it's not feeling good, it's a toxic attraction. Figure out and pinpoint why you are attracted to that person. Why you are continuously allowing this person to do you the way that they're doing you, which doesn't feel good. You got to figure out why you even gravitated towards that type of individual. And work on that. Because dating that void filler, honey, don't end up well. Leave you feeling chopped and screwed, honey. As I'm just sitting here reflecting on life, I'm like, time and time again, I've allowed inadequate souls in my life. Because I don't feel whole. So we get a piece from this person, a piece from that person, a piece from that person, not knowing that you got to piece yourself together. And when you are able to piece yourself together, that's a permanent fix. Because when you look for those pieces from other people to make you whole, and they decide to pull those pieces back, you're broken all over again. And it's nothing worse than being broken and attracting another broken person. How I expect you to fix me and you broken? You don't even know how to fix yourself. Foolish of me, isn't it? People come in all forms in your life. Sometimes you get the quote unquote not shining armor. You're like, oh my gosh, this person is everything that I needed. No, you are everything that you need. God is everything that you need. But we always look for what we need in others. No, figure out what you need for yourself. Can't nobody replace what you need for yourself. Yeah, it might look good or feel good, but is it? Because a lot of times things that feel good and look good are bad for us. You notice when you're sick and you take medication, oh my gosh, the medication tastes horrible, but it's going to heal that pain. It's good for you. You're sitting there eating on candy. Oh my gosh, it tastes so amazing. You're eating chips. It tastes so amazing. Is it good for you? No. So oftentimes things that look and feel good, it's not. Beware. Beware of the deceptors. And the devil will send you what you like. The devil places people in your life. A lot of the times we be thinking it's God. Oh, I'm lonely. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, I'm this. I'm sad. Da, 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 da. And there's somebody coming to your life with the things that you think that you are lacking, whether it's finances. He'll send you somebody with money that's willing to help, but their attitude is horrible. You're lonely. He'll send you somebody that looks so good and come across so suave and debonair, and you're like, this is what I've been looking for. Mannerisms turn out they a bag of crap, a walking facade. And you're like, hold on. I didn't know you was this type of person. Because when you presented me yourself in the beginning, it wasn't this. Yeah, because that was their representative. That's what we often get with the representative. And then once you give up the skins and the love word get all ushered into the relationship, that's when their true self comes out. The mask comes off. You've been bamboozled. And then you're so baffled because it's like, damn, I fell in love with this persona. That's what the devil does. They say he was once the most beautiful angel. Meaning, sometimes the most toxic being can come across as the most beautiful. Whether it's physically or their characteristics, they can come across as the most beautiful because the devil is a deceiver. We've been deceived many times, honey. If you are the type of person like me who prefers to be intellectually stimulated, he'll send you someone with poise. He'll send you someone with a great conversation. He'll send you someone with a good vocabulary, intellect. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for all my life. Because even with me, yeah, I know I'm an Aquarius. We rather be intellectually stimulated than physically. I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But intellectually stimulated, I've dated people because, not of their looks, because they intellectually stimulated me. Of course, the majority of people I've been with have not. I've only dated 2 people, and the last one, the demise that I spoke of throughout this duration of the podcast and recently, they were very intellectual. So that was attractive to me. So me even, being blind to their shortcomings and their neglect and everything and their disrespect and everything else, the intellectual side and the nonchalant side I went for. And it's crazy because a lot of people who have those daddy issues and childhood trauma or mommy issues or whatever it is of neglect and abandonment, the nonchalant characteristic of a person, it's seemingly attractive. And we go for that person. And we constantly have to chase that person. And then when you finally catch them, you're like, I guess you feel that you conquered something, because since you were abandoned and neglected as a child, when you finally get the attention of someone who is seemingly abandoning and neglecting you, you feel validated. You feel like you've won something. You've accomplished something. It's only momentarily, honey. It's only long enough to pique your interest and get you hooked like a damn dope fiend. They administer that first dose and you are hooked, honey. And you keep chasing that fix every time. And you know it's damning to your soul and to your mind and everything else, your body. And you're just like, it's a temporary fix, but I got to have it. Because when somebody treating you like crap and they're not there for you, and you can't count on them emotionally and things like that for them to be your backbone, that's toxic. That's just temporary. Those relationships never last forever. Because a long-term relationship consists of care. It consists of me being able to turn to you whenever I feel down and not being put down when I express my emotions. Me being able to be vulnerable. Me being able to be outspoken without you, taking it as disrespect. You just being comfortable to vocalize yourself without being shut down. And the moment that you're shut down and you just feel like you need to be closed off because you got to walk on eggshells, honey, that's not love. You should be comfortable in that. You should be free to want to express yourself without second guessing it, because you're like, if I say this might piss them off. Or if I'm not giving them the best of me, they might distance themselves. You shouldn't have to do cartwheels and land in a split just to please somebody, because love should be effortless. You sweating, doing a lot of work, going through mental anguish, going broke, or pulling your hair out, gaining weight, breaking out, overeating, undereating, losing sleep, can't concentrate, because you're in mental anguish over a human being who don't give a damn about you. If they gave a damn about you, you wouldn't be going through any of these negative emotions at all. At all. We just must learn to recognize the signs of when it's time to walk away. Because the more time you spend with someone, it's definitely harder to shake. If you recognize these signs of toxicity the first day you encounter a person, you won't be hurt when you walk away because there's no ties. Once you give your body, your soul, your time, your dedication, your love to a person, you're in the thick of it. It's hard as hell to shake, honey. Very hard. I've been leading with that all my life thus far. With any relationship I've been involved with, I dived in deep, quick, only to find out, honey, you can't swim. This is not the waters that you need to be swimming in. You diving deep. You're gonna have to get a life vest, honey, because you're about to drown in that damn swamp. About to take you under, honey. You're gonna be filthy when you come up, filthy and stinking. Like, no, they're a good person. They send me good morning text. They send me good night text. They ask me, did I eat today? Okay, well, maybe they care a little inkling, but but is the care outweighing the disrespect? Is the care outweighing the neglect? Is the care outweighing the abuse, physical or mental? Is it outweighing any of that? Sheesh. We oftentimes try to make excuses for someone else's inadequacies because we just don't want to let go. Let go, baby. Note to self also, let go, baby. It's just hard sometimes because those void fillers, they fill that void momentarily. Sometimes momentary pleasure feels good. But in the end, it's going to bite you in the ass, honey. So what I've decided to do is become a life coach. Because, I love talking to you all. Have my YouTube channel now, Openly Expressive. Openly with an expressive. I have all my social medias and things like that to vent, to convey messages. Because sometimes we all just need to hear a word, honey. Sometimes when you just sitting in your sorrow and you're not talking to nobody or you're not listening to the word from somebody else, you don't have a reality check. And there's sometimes when you're venting to friends or family members, they want to bash you, girl or dude, you stupid. Why you let them do that? Mind you, these are the same people who've gone through the same thing before with their void fillers. So that's why I'm still in therapy, honey. Get you one of those if you need to sort out your problems without being judged, without it being put down for your screw ups. Listen, we're all human. We all just seek love. Problem is we're seeking it in the wrong places. And how are we supposed to seek it anywhere else? We don't know where to look. Everybody be like, yeah, turn to God, turn to God, turn to God. Of course. But man, we be wanting physical connections. We be wanting to be hugged and kissed and back rubbed and, hand holding and all of that. Human connection feels great. It feels amazing. Just be lonely sometime, man. And I know a lot of people, but I'm still lonely. I don't have genuine friends. The ones who claim to be my friends, they did me dirty through life. Been shiesty, talking about me, whatever. Sleeping with my man, whatever. I ain't never had no genuine adult relationship with a man. It's just been lost little boys clinging on to the pretty girl with the big butt. I was the lust factor for them, the fetish, the quest to conquer. And I'm more than just a pretty face and a big butt. I'm very intelligent, very witty, funny, charismatic, down ass chick. I ride for you, honey. Sometimes people don't want to ride with you. They want a vehicle all to themselves. So people just present themselves as the polar opposite of who they really are. And it's just so trippy because you beat yourself up. You're like, damn, how did I not see their true character? Because sometimes love or lust or, like I said, filling that void blinds you from what reality really is. Reality is blurry when you don't want to see it. You go into the situation with blackout shades on because you're like, I don't want to see nothing wrong with this person. Everybody else see it though, but I don't want to see it. Even though I can see it, but I just choose not to. My oh my, how we play the fool many times. The fool many, many times. You become disappointed in yourself. You know the saying, when you know better, you do better. Do we really? I mean, I guess so if you actually do know better. But clearly we don't yet. And how do you get to know better? You have to get to know you. You have to get to love you. Your do's and your don'ts, your likes, your dislikes. You have to get therapy. I don't have a problem with getting therapized, honey. I get therapized every week. I don't have a problem with it. You know, sometimes I cancel my sessions because I don't feel like talking. I be feeling like nothing going on. But then, like when I do speak to her again, I could bring up something that happened in my childhood that I think that doesn't bother me anymore. And then I start feeling some type of way. I'm like, damn, I'm thinking, you know, since it happened so many years ago, I mean, let's face the fact, just because something happened many years ago doesn't mean that it won't and still hurt for the rest of your freaking life. But I guess it kind of gets put to the back burner in your mind. And I don't think that, well, I thought that it didn't hurt you because you're not crying about it every doggone day. Or you're not dwelling on it every doggone day. But to long and behold, when that situation is brought up, you think about it like, whoa, I'm still hurt behind this? Because sometimes, you know, we think hurt always means crying, bent over in a fetal position, or constantly having that incident replay in your mind every single day. That's not the only way hurt is, you know, present. The fact that you talk about it and it stirs up negative emotions, you still hurt. And you just don't know what to do with that hurt. And quite frankly, a lot of the things that happened to us when we were children, we take it with us into adulthood and we operate off of that through life. And then you meet a person who was more screwed up than you and you're like, damn, why is that person such a horrible ass being? Because they've been through some shit. Everyone on this earth who is an adult has been through some shit. I don't care how much they try to deny it or they try to be closed off. Because, you know, there's some people who are vulnerable like me and very expressive, openly expressive, and transparent. And then there's others who are completely closed off and guarded and you don't know what the hell happened to them. And then sometimes you get close enough to those people who are completely guarded and they'll let out little spurts of certain events that occurred in their life. You're like, okay, well, I know a little bit about you. I can kind of see why you are the way that you are. But then sometimes you find out the full extent, or you have to find out the full extent just by their actions, because they won't verbally express it, but then their action shows. You're like, oh, okay, you're incapable of receiving healthy love because clearly you never received it, which is absurd to me because I didn't really receive a healthy love at all. Well, I didn't when I was a kid. My mom told me she loved me, but shucks, actions speak louder than words. You could tell me all day and all night, but if your actions are not adding up, it means nothing to me. And it shouldn't mean anything to you either. If somebody telling you that they love you and they want the best interest, they have your best interest at heart and all this other stuff, that sounds like a script to me if you ain't putting action behind your words. You a hell of an actor. Let's give you an Oscar, honey. Shucks, because I believed you for a second. Shame on me. Shame on you. You've been fooled. We've all played Boo Boo the Fool, or Boo Boo the Fool's immediate family member in life pertaining to people. You give them your all only to get nothing in return. And you're just like, damn, I'm left with nothing? I've given you the best that I've got, or attempted to, and you didn't even try? You didn't even try. You didn't even fake it to accommodate. You're just like, shit, I am who I am. Take it or leave it. And guess what? When I'm tired of you, I might just leave you. And then you be like, audacity much? You're leaving me after you done screwed me over the entire time? I've dated a lot of people who was heavy on audacity. But this is the first time I ever got dumped, honey. It don't feel good. I got dumped for the dumbest reason, because I didn't want to go over there. Because I didn't want to go to your house. I finally started saying no after being at your beck and call like a damn puppy with my damn tail wagging between my legs. So I finally started saying no, because I was realizing I was becoming very available to your unavailableness with me a lot of the times. And that's a problem with people. When you start setting boundaries and your boundaries conflict with what they want you to do for them, they get an attitude. But why is it that when I'm serving you a dish that you were serving me, you don't like the way it tastes? But when you served it to me, you try to jazz it up with salt and other seasonings and sauce and gravy and all this other stuff so I can eat the bullshit that you were serving me. But when I try to feed it to you, it's just like, I knew that was bullshit from day one. Why would I want that? But you were okay with feeding me that, though. Yeah, that's his name, Mr. Audacity. Mr. Audacity only administered the bare minimum and then cut me off. You're cutting me off from what? Bare minimum? And I'm sitting here feeling distorted because I'm cut off of a supply of bare fucking minimum? Says a lot about me. Says that I'm willing to settle for less and be distorted when less is taken away. What? What mental damage have my parents and me being molested and all of these other things that happened to me as a child, what kind of catastrophic damage has that caused? Sheesh. Because even though this person dumped me for the umpteenth time and my dumb ass kept foolishly taking them back, I was left from other people. And it wasn't even that they dumped me. It was just they checked out because they checked into another situation. And then you sit there and be like, okay, so if you fit a lot of the criteria of what someone proclaims that they want in their lives as a mate or whatever, and then you present yourself as such because that's your true character, and they shun it and toss it to the side, it's like, oh, okay, so you don't know what you want in actuality, because from your past relationships that you learn of from your mate, from their past relationships that you learn of from your mate, you're like, hold on. I am the polar opposite of what you are used to getting. Okay, so I speak with a nice speaking tone, verbiage, I'm intellectual. But then when I hear the voice of who you procreated with, I'm baffled. Because they sound like a bird who sits on a project bench eating sunflower seeds, smoking a blunt and sucking for $5 and happy. And get pregnant on purpose so they can just have a little come up. That's what your ex sound like. But you presented yourself to be Mr. Prestige. Even with my husband, all of your little flings was birds. So it's BS when You get a certain person and they want to be like, this the type of person that I want to be with. All this list of bullshit, because in actuality it's bullshit, because when you get it, you shit on it. You shit on it wholeheartedly, honey. You just like, You have standards, you have requests, you require, you want. Hell no. Let me go get a bird who's satisfied with bare minimum. You asking for things. And the crazy part is, when you ask or you show that you want or desire certain things in a partner, they do the polar opposite, and they're like, oh, so this is what you're saying that you want. So this is what I'm not going to do. But I'll do for the other person, though. The person who either demands it, or the person who don't really give a fuck about me and treat me like shit, I'll cater to them. But the person who I know for a fact that loves me with all of them, they ain't getting nothing. I'll give you flowers and things here and there just to shut your ass up, just to show you I might care a little bit. You ain't getting no dates and no trips and no whining and dining, girl, please. Because I know you gonna rock out for me because you're kind-hearted. But this smut bitch, she might just get away. I gotta keep that. They always try to keep the toxic ones. And then they're so toxic, they, start acting all out with you, and then you start to fall into their toxic web, and then it's just a toxic relationship. You're like, whoa. I came in here with good intent, with a kind heart, with love and respect for you, and now you just ushered in a whole new ball game of disrespect. So now let the games begin. And then you got to be like, why am I engaging in this type of shit? Why? And this person that I am no longer with, I always held them in high regard. Like other dudes, I was combative back and forth with when they play with me or whatever. But this person, even with their attitude and their whatever, I always held them in high regard. And one day they called me a bitch. And I looked at them totally differently, and I was so hurt. First of all, bitch is my trigger word, so he lucky I ain't sent him to the hospital. I did lay hands though, but still. Not justified, but still. That word right there, I don't like it. And I think that stems from my mom calling me that randomly when I was a kid. And even my friend used to be over there like, why she do that? You weren't even doing nothing. I'm like, I don't know. So anybody who ever called me that, they got handled and sent to the hospital bloody. So that word, I don't take too kindly to it. And so I was so heartbroken when he did that. I'm like, damn, I always crushed on this dude since I was a freaking teenager, man. Finally get him to quote unquote be mine, and this is how he treat me? Damn. Sometimes you just be so attracted to the what ifs. You put up with the shit. It's just like, damn, another one bites the dust. But we only are going to continue to keep attracting the same type of individuals in our lives because we're not fixed. You have to fix what's broken. And I guess it's kind of hard to identify what's broken, but you got to figure that out. Because we keep asking ourselves through every demise of every relationship we've been in, every mistreatment that we have encountered, we're like, why me? Why do I keep getting this type of person? Why I keep attracting? It's because you are trying to be fixed. No one can fix you but yourself here on earth. You have to find out what's broken, honey. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to keep repeating the toxic cycle. I be saying to people, I'm like, same dude, different drawers. You get a dude, one might wear briefs, the other one might wear Speedos, the other one might wear boxer briefs, but it's the same type of dude, just different drawers. Same-ish, different toilet. I'm just so in disbelief because I'm like, I am so intelligent. I don't know if I mentioned yet, but I'm taking courses at Yale First course is Introduction to Psychology. The second course is the Science of Well-Being. So I'm gonna get my certificate in the Intro to Psychology and the Science of Well-Being. So I'm gonna add those to my life coaching business. So, I'm trying to elevate myself, and I'm highly intelligent. I took my first exam for psychology. I got a 91.66. Got one answer wrong. And ironically enough, when I was in college a few years ago, y'all know that tobacco when I got locked up for felony assault, blah, blah, blah. Somebody call me a bitch. But anyway, my life is something else, honey. I gotta write a book. I will be, though. But anyway, ironically, when I took my psychology exam in college, I got a 91 on the final exam. So, and also when I was in college, when I was like 19, and then again when I was 30, I think I was 38 or something when I went back, both majors was human services, and I think my minor in the first time I went was child care or something like that. I don't remember, but either way, they both were human services, which means I want to service humans. So I don't completely beat myself up for all the things that I have gone through in my life, that I have allowed in my life, because they are lessons to me. And I just feel like never regret what happened to you. Just learn from it and move on. And sometimes if you are a person like me who is a humanitarian, you take those lessons and you try to help people learn themselves. But sometimes those life lessons are hard. Like, I be talking to my son, I'm telling my mom that me and my husband, although we've been separated for like 5 years now, that we have to instill and administer certain things in my son, to keep him safe and just teach him about life and this and that. And we were talking about how he be trying to, basically ask kids to keep friends or accommodate people to keep friends. And I'm like, friends, you don't have to bend over backwards to keep them in your life. They are there. When you got to do tricks and flips and all that stuff, you're doing too much, and that's not a person worthy of your time or your presence. So I'm telling my mom that, and for some reason she thought I was talking about the cell phone and him being on the phone texting people he shouldn't be texting, whatever. No. So she was like, oh yeah, you didn't have that problem. Well, I didn't have that way of teaching you because I didn't have the cell phones and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Ma, that's not the point. The point is I have to teach him values and self-respect and self-love, this and that. I said, because I don't want him to have to learn certain life lessons just by living the life and learning those lessons, because you learn those lessons on your own, it hurt. So it's better to learn from someone who's been through it. Of course, ultimately, you're going to make your own decision, but hopefully he follows our path and guidance on what not to do in life to avoid the trials and tribulations, okay? But, so she was like, oh yeah, she's focused on the phone. I said, Mom, because I had to learn the hard way. I didn't have anybody to teach me these things. She's like, huh? Trying to play Mother of the Year. And I'm like, Ma, come on now, you ain't teach me nothing. She got offended and hung up. I'm speaking my truth here. I had to learn life hard. I was a teen mom, and before that I had to raise my brother when I was 12 and she was partying. I got bullied. I had to work early. I had to do certain jobs just to feed me and my children, which I am not proud of. And I don't even really mean 9 to 5s all the time. There was certain things that I did to degrade myself to get money, honey. But I had to do what I had to do for me and my children, man. Well, me and my child at the time. Now, financially, I'm okay. I don't have to do tricks and dips, literally and figuratively, to make ends meet, I'm financially okay. But shucks, nobody taught me don't give your body away. Don't, do things to compromise your soul, to get ahead in life, to make it, just to get by. I was never taught those lessons. I was never taught to value yourself first, prioritize you, love you, put you before anyone on this earth, because if you are not put first, you will be put last. When you encounter others, they will put you last. When you don't prioritize yourself and put you first, remember my words. If you don't put you first, they will always put you last, because people can see your self-worth. People can see your self-love and lack thereof. They sniff that out on sight. You don't even have to tell them, especially if you vocalize it and it goes along with your actions, or how you carry yourself, or how you love yourself, or how you pamper yourself or not. People can tell how you feel about yourself, honey. You ain't even got to say it. And they were like, oh, hold on. They're insecure. They're vulnerable. They never really had adequate love. They were neglected, abandoned. They were disrespected, mistreated. They weren't handled with care. Oh, shucks. They done told me they don't accept much from me. I mean, they won't expect much from me because they've been used to getting the bare minimum. So why should I up the ante and give them anything more than what they're used to? They're accustomed to fuckery. Who am I to come in and change that dynamic? I don't want to screw up what they already got going on. It's crazy, man. They be like, I don't want to mess up what they already got going on. They are used to the pattern of being played out. Who am I to come in and change that? Huh? I can add on to it, though. And you be like, come on in. Yes. I'm here for all of it. Because that's all I know. Bring it on, honey. Oh, it's a familiar place. Toxicity? Oh, yes, honey. Yes. Please, more. You sitting in the house, rocking back and forth with your knees to your chest, arms around your knees, crying and shit, looking like a damn mental patient. You allowed it. You knew exactly what you didn't need in your life when they presented all of that stuff that they come with. And it was very familiar because that's what you are accustomed to, the toxicity. They presented you as such. And you're just like, okay, welcome. You ain't say, I've had enough of that. I understand what toxicity looks like. I can recognize it from jump. I'm out of here. You embrace it with open arms, honey. Give me more, see more. What? I'm just at a point in my life where I had to have epiphanies with myself. Like, girl, it is you. You are damaged. You need repairing. And the only repairing you need is the repairing that you can do on your own. You cannot seek this repairment from others. Yeah, therapy, okay. But as far as, getting into relationships or friendships just to satisfy my need for, it's not going to work. Always get involved with someone that can be an additive to your life, because guess what? When they subtract their stuff, you're still good. So anyone that you attract in your life should just merely be a bonus. And let that bonus feel good. Because once again, if it comes to an end, you will not be broken, because you have all of your pieces that you need for self. You want to come in and add some extra pieces and accentuate what I got going on? By all means, I accept it. I embrace it. But if you coming in with your shit and I already got my shit, what I need yours for? At all. That's when you have to recognize what are their true intentions. And many times we don't even ask people. You remember back in the days where we could be watching TV or something like The Cosby Show, because that seemed like a freaking fictitious situation. You don't even freaking see that in real life. Nobody coming over to somebody's house and be like, what are your intentions with my child? We need to start asking that when we dating people. What are your intentions with me? Better yet, what is your intentions with yourself? I need to know what you're about. What are your long end goals? You got some goals that you want to achieve? Are you trying to obtain those goals successfully? Are you mapping out the way that you need to obtain it? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Have you ever been in an abusive relationship? Have you been abused as a child? Have you been sexually assaulted? Have you been neglected? Did you have a 2-parent household? Was it a 2-parent household that was healthy or toxic? Or were you raised by a single parent? Which one? I need to know your full dynamic, honey. Because then I can know how I'm going to handle you, or if I choose to handle you moving forward. We don't ask the important questions. Do you have kids? If you have kids, what type of relationship do you have with the other parents? Is that toxic? Because I don't want no parts of that bullshit. Are you respectful to them? Have you ever cheated? How many times? Have you been cheated on? Were you physically assaulted by your mama? Was she dragging you for filth? Did you see your mama getting her ass whooped? Was your daddy the one doing it? Was your house a revolving door with different men coming in and out the house? What's really going on? Because now I know how to handle you. But oftentimes we just date people off of looks. We don't ask these in-depth questions. We just play along as we go. Like, okay, well, let me get to know them. Let's go out to dinner. We're not gonna talk about anything, important at this first date. We just gonna laugh and kiki and see if we like each other's personalities. Of course, I'm quite sure you probably will, because that's the representative that you are meeting the first time. They don't usher in their true selves until after you done gave them some. Shucks. Be like, hold on. Where's the guy who's pulling out my chair, opening up my door, bringing me flowers and candy and all this other stuff? Where's that person? Because that's the person that I fell in love with. They're like, man, please, that was just a rep. That was just a real you in. You crazy? Please, that was a consolation prize, just to keep you hooked. Ain't got no more to give. So word of advice, just always ask the important questions up front. I don't give a damn if it makes them feel uncomfortable, because guess what? If you asking important questions up front and they are feeling uncomfortable, they have something to hide. And also ask why their relationships ended and how it ended and who ended it, because some people just always take they always place blame on the other person, and that's somebody you need to watch out for, because they don't take accountability. And then you got the men that be like, oh, she was crazy, my ex did this, my ex did. But are you willing to take accountability into what made her even provoked enough to act this way? Are you willing to take accountability, saying like, yeah, I was dicking her down real good, honey. I was telling her it's all hers. I was telling her I'm faithful, I'm loyal, I'm this, I'm that. I'm never going to hurt her. I'm never going to cheat. But you're not telling her you got a plethora of side chicks on the other side of the road. Because you gave her false hope. You said it was going to be a happily ever after, and you only got eyes for her. But you screwing down everybody that come your way. The wind blowing the skirt walk past you. You ready to hit. So you ain't telling that part when you're getting with your boys. You're sitting there, she this, she's that, she's crazy. You are not filling them in on what actually happened. And that's not just to justify someone's, outburst and negative, crazy reactions. But let's take accountability all the way around the board. Like, even when I was with this person, I be telling him that I was telling him, my therapist, I be telling them what went down with us, blah, 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 all the toxic stuff. They be like, yeah, but I bet you ain't tell him that. Yeah, I do. I'm very accountable. Because I know exactly my part I played in things. So I'm not the person who's one-sided when I'm expressing what goes on between me and anybody else, and be like, well, this is what they did. And I was just, I was innocent. I was boo-hooing. No. I tell you, play for play how it went. They did this and I responded this way. Whether it was negative or not, this is what I did. Not justifying it, but I keep it real. And that's the problem. If you're going to go to therapy, you got to keep it real. Because how the hell you going to get fixed? If you going in there lying, withholding information, you just telling all the bad that happened to you, but you don't tell how you received it. You don't tell how you handled it. No, I get to the nitty gritty, honey. Nitty gritty. Oh, you violate me, you call me a bitch, I'm about to handle you physically. I say stuff like that. Oh, I say I have a temper. Oh, I say don't play with me. I say, oh, don't disrespect me, because if you do, you're going to have a problem. I tell her I cuss people raggedy. My words is everlasting, honey. I say something to you, I don't even have to cuss you out, literally, with profanity. I'll say something, it'll ring in your head forever. And I'm not proud of that. I don't like being disrespectful. I don't like hurting people, but I also don't like being disrespected and hurt. And I tell people this. I'm like, listen, I'm a very good person. I'm sweet. I'm kind. I'm this. I'm that. But please don't play with me, because there's another side that you won't like. So if I'm telling you this, it seemed like they just be like, well, let's see if I can handle it. Let's try her. Are you a fool? Because if somebody tell you that the stove is hot, don't touch it. Are you going to touch the flame? If you touch the flame, you're just a fool. But 9 times out of 10, if somebody tell you that the flame is hot, you're not going to touch it. So if I'm telling you I am the flame, you're trying to get burned. And then you want to blame me. I told you what the triggers are. I told you what I don't tolerate, what I don't like, what I don't want you to do to me, because it's been done before and I didn't like it, and I told you how I would handle it. And some reason you want to test the waters. And you can't swim. And that's another reason why I changed. Like I've become more calm. I've become less reactive to people's shenanigans. I'm just quick to just cut them off. Like, listen, I'm not even about to entertain this BS, because I know my capabilities, my dangerous capabilities. How I've, hospitalized folks and things like that. How I got locked up for my temper and all this stuff. So I don't want that to ever happen again. How I blacked out when I had little fisticuffs with folks. And blacking out is very dangerous. You can kill someone like that. So thank God that I didn't. I could have. Thank God that I didn't. I wholeheartedly thank God that I didn't, because I wouldn't be here today talking to y'all. But let's just take accountability. So I had to have a reality check. I was like, listen, I'm tired of people painting me as the crazy person. Oh, she's crazy. She's violent. She's this. She's that. No, I can be. But my natural, character, I'm so kind and sweet. But just don't push my buttons. So now, since I know that there are people who just love to push buttons, I just remove myself from those people. Because I got tired of being painted as the bad guy, the crazy girl, the this, the that. Because no one was taking accountability for the person who was actually provoking me and antagonizing me into releasing that other side of me. Let's be for real. We all have a dangerous and crazy side. It's just some people are quicker to unleash that, like I am. Or was. Because I don't even give nobody the time of the day to even provoke me anymore. If you just on some BS, I'm cool with you. I'm out. Block, delete. I have no problem with it now. But for some reason, with that man, he was never blocked, delete out my life. So he did it for himself, which is fine. I mean, I'm sad about it, but never be in the business of keeping someone in, or trying to keep someone in your life who simply does not want to be there. You are making an absolute fool of yourself. And when they know that they can ping pong out of your life, they do it often, because they're like, please, they're always going to be there. I could shit on them and they still going to be there. They just going to clean it up. Even though it's still stinking, that lingering stink is still there, but they still want to accept me with open arms. They just going to clean it up, mask it. But the shitty individual I am is still there. They don't care. They're going to accept me. Stop accepting bare minimum. Stop accepting toxic people in your life. Stop accepting just toxicity, period. And like I said, find out what they are truly about in the beginning, because that'll spare your feelings in the long run. The time is of the essence. Stop wasting time on people who don't even deserve your energy. Know your worth. And always lead with self-love. Like I said, people are very good judges of character when someone doesn't value themselves. They can tell. So always present yourself with love, with respect and dignity. And when you present yourself that way, you'll attract people who will administer that with you or to you. You feed into the negativity, you are combative back and forth with this person, you're setting the tone, you're giving them the blueprint on how to treat you. So you want a respectful encounter with people? Walk respectfully. Talk respectfully. Be poised. Be financially stable. Love yourself. Know your worth. Own your shit. Because that way no one can ever diminish it and take it from you. You come correct, they don't. It'd be easier to chuck up the deuces. So guys, for this new year, toughen up. Level up. And love on you. And for those who you are loving, make sure they're loving you back. So my babies, I thank you for joining me. This is Openly Expressive. I'll be back. Happy New Year once again. Take care of you. And make sure the people that you are taking care are willing to take care of you back. Adios.